I just feel the need to fight. It's the only time I really truly feel alive. There's just something about being locked in a cage with another man that's trained to fight and imposing your will on him. Fighting, the same reason most people have, I guess, watching the early UFCs on pay-per-view. I really enjoyed watching it. Was planning on doing it someday. I was in the military at the time, and it wasn't that big. I really didn't have a place to train, and I was married. And then I kept talking about getting back into, or actually starting to fight, or training to fight. But my ex-wife just wouldn't let that happen. When I got divorced, I decided that I was going to go for it and give it a shot. And it's something I really enjoy doing. It's been a lot of fun. Unfortunately, in high school and middle school, did a lot of fighting, street fighting. Also, when I was in the service, I unfortunately did a lot of fighting also. And then as I got older, realized I couldn't handle things that way anymore. And especially if I wanted to be in law enforcement. So I needed a new outlet. That's another reason why I got started in the fighting.
And I just have been fighting the smaller shows, trying to make a name for myself to get into some bigger shows and some bigger paydays, and hopefully someday, make it into the UFC. I really would love to make it because it would definitely help out my family situation. And more importantly, my son's a big fan of the UFC, and he'd be extremely proud if I was to make it on the reality show and eventually on live TV or pay-per-views on such a big promotion. I have 2 kids of my own, and then I live with my girlfriend who has 3, so between the 2 of us we have 5 kids at home, so I definitely need a way to supplement my income.
Martial arts or no holds barred fighting or whatever you want to call it, to me is, it's not necessarily, I wouldn't call it barbaric, but it's true fighting. There's a lot less rules, and you can't, in boxing, you get tired, you can tie the guy up and then he can't hit you, and the ref comes and breaks it up. And in boxing, yeah, it is a lot more finesse. I guess if you're boxing at a higher level, athleticism won't get you by as far. Whereas in mixed martial arts, a good athlete can get by for quite a while on just being a good athlete. And then as your training gets better, it'll just keep taking them further and further. I'm hoping to make it to the big show at some point. If this isn't my opportunity, then this just isn't my time. But in the next several years, I plan on continuing to move up and continue to fight in bigger shows and keep getting my name out there until I get the call. And I'd like to end, I'd like to end my fighting career in a show like the UFC or something along those lines. Be the greatest feeling, to be actually to be on TV or be on a pay-per-view. Every kid wants to be a professional athlete, and be on TV.